How's it, guys? I thought this time what I would do is make people understand, especially affiliates, Karatbars affiliates, a lot of resistance that you guys would get when people are approached, when you go to people and say, well, I have this fantastic opportunity and this is what I'd like you to have a look at and whatever, and the minute you start, first words that come back is, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, this is a Ponzi scheme, it's whatever. The problem is that from what I see, and I did my own research, what is a pyramid scheme? If you're saying it's a pyramid scheme, well, what is a pyramid scheme? What is a Ponzi scheme? And when I did the research, I actually realized there are vast differences. And a pure pyramid scheme in its own sense, if you look at a pyramid scheme the way it is illegal. Ponzi schemes, illegal. But then you get other things called multi-level marketing or affiliation marketing, which are set up pretty differently. And this is where the legitimacy or the legalities become real between them. So this is what I'm going to discuss now. Hopefully this will help you guys eliminate some of the doubt that your prospects have, that you yourself might have as an affiliate. I mean, I sent out a spreadsheet the other day, mountain of people came back, and then I was being asked advice. I can't believe how many people asked me, is this a pyramid scheme? And they're affiliates, and they're buying coin, and they're buying phones, and they're buying Wimpaks, but they're still wondering whether this is a pyramid scheme. And I'm like wondering, well, did anybody actually go and do the due diligence themselves? Well, go and investigate and see what a pyramid scheme actually is. So that's what this video is about. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, if I can just figure out how to get this thing to move along. So pyramids, Ponzi's, multi-level marketing and affiliate marketing. What are they? How do they work? Are they legal? And from that perspective, what is Karatbars? How does Karatbars fit into the bigger scope of things? Okay, a pyramid scheme in general. Now you get variations of all of these, but these are the fundamentals that make them what they are and whether they are or are not legal. Okay, pyramid schemes in general have no product attached. They are pure financial input is the fuel. This is why the system works, is somebody's paying in money and the money just gets funneled up to the uplines and the downline, or the teams sitting below the pyramid as you go down. These are the people that actually create the equity or help fund this pyramid scheme. Okay, they always have joining and registration fees for obvious reasons, because that's one way of making more money. They must have tiers below that are unending. In other words, a pure pyramid scheme cannot end. Now, therein lies the exact reason why it's not sustainable. Your circle of friends that you would go to are limited. You'd only have so many people. The Facebook groups that you're on, the Telegram groups that you're on, the company structure that you might work for has a supply chain, it has customers, and all these people that you know, you eventually will run out of those people. So the chain can only go so far. And normally the people sitting on the last 3 or 2 tiers of any genuine pyramid scheme are the ones that lose out. The guys sitting right at the top that created the pyramid scheme, all the top-notch guys sitting right at the top, these are the guys that make all the money. Okay, the fees are divided up based on their tier levels, and it is definitely non-sustainable, and it is highly illegal in most countries. Okay, this is basically how a pyramid scheme would work. So you would have the initiator sitting at the top, and because of that structure, she will earn, let's say, or he will earn 25% on his first level, and everybody has a $100 joining fee. This is the registration fee. So each person now has to put in their $100, let's say, 100 Rand or rupees or whatever it is that you use as the registration fee. Okay. That money goes directly to the top. Now, when this guy sells to the guys below him, he basically just moves that 25% down below. But what I'm trying to illustrate here now is that the initiator takes 25% on the first line, and then might take 15% on the second line, and 10% on the third line, and it will then just get infinitely smaller as it goes down. But now what happens is, let's take Mr. Gray over here, Mr. Jonathan Gray, and he goes and finds 4 sign-ons. Okay, he enjoys his 25%, just like that person did there on his first line, and each one of them pays $100 as a registration fee, or an initiation fee, or an accessibility fee, or investment fee, whatever they want to call it in the system, and that money will then go to the top here. Of that money, a percentage would go, each person now would pay, for argument's sake, that 25% of that would mean $100 would go there from that person, $100 would go to that person, and $100 would go to there from that person. So ultimately, when you get 4 levels, 4 people down on the second level, this person will earn $600, and each person on this level will earn $300, and so it repeats itself and goes on to infinitum. And this is why, if these are the last people in the chain or in the pyramid, they can't earn anything because there's nobody below them to fund their portion of income. Okay, a Ponzi scheme has no product attached, usually. Okay, it's pure financial profit is the fuel. In other words, the people that you are trying to solicit into this business, if you the Ponzi initiator, is you tell them things like, well, you give me $4 million and within 6 months I'll give you 10% back, including your $4 million back. However, they structure these things in such a way that they'll say, well, you have to invest your money for 6 months or a year or 2 years or 3 months or whatever the case is. There's always a limitation as to how long that money has to sit in there, and there's a negotiated percentage, or the advertised percentage of what the return would be 6 or 8 or 10 or 12%, whatever the case is, and this is what fuels the reason why people would actually do this. Okay, there's always a joining fee. There's only one beneficiary, actually. It is non-sustainable because eventually these people normally just get caught, and this is highly illegal in most countries. Okay, now how this works, this is the initiator here, and he goes to Mr. Paul Brown and says to him, listen, I need $25,000 from you, and I will give you a 15% return. So this is how it's negotiated. So Mr. Brown gives his $25,000, and this guy retains the money. Then he goes to Mr. Christopher Blue and says to him, well, look, I also need $25,000 from you, and this is how the investment works, and I guarantee you a 15% return over a certain period of time, and this guy pays his $25,000. And out of that $25,000, the 15% return that Mr. Brown is supposed to get gets funded out of Mr. Blue's money, and that's how the money gets funneled. And so this whole process just goes around, keep finding new investors, if you want to call that, in this case actually suckers, and each and every time. So there, this is Mr. Brown's cousin, and he pays his $25,000, and out of his $25,000, the funding of this guy's 15% profit gets done, and so this thing just balloons and balloons and balloons. Now, if you really want to get into the detail of how Ponzi's can actually expand and that they can stay sustainable for longer periods of time, it means that you do have more initiators that are part of the same scheme, but then they're basically partners and share as part of the initial initiator, if you want to call it that. Very illegal, and you can actually go to jail for this kind of behavior. And that's basically, in a nutshell, what a Ponzi scheme is. Quite different from a pyramid scheme. So there's big confusion there, and a lot of people just call it either a pyramid or a Ponzi, but there's actually quite a difference. Then you get multi-listing systems, multi-level marketing, usually have slightly overpriced product attached. Why is that? Because you would buy a product at an exorbitant price, but let's say, for argument's sake, you bought a soccer ball that only costs $1, and the other $24 that you paid for it, that money goes to actually fund the structure's commission system. They always have a joining and registration fee. In most instances, I have to say, they are multi-level commission structured, and they must have tiers to have decent earnings. Okay, they can be sustainable if the product is worthwhile, and they are legal in most countries, as long as the laws are adhered to. And from what I could establish, having done all the research that I did, and this was just basically Google searches where I try to find as much information as to what dictates what a multi-level company is, or multi-level marketing network system is, and the differences between Ponzi's and things. The one thing that they do say about multi-level schemes that make them legal is the fact that more than 60% of the earnings of any one affiliate must be derived from the product sales. In other words, you can't earn more referral commission than what you can from the actual sale of the product. And this is why the products are normally overpriced. Okay, and obviously those products must be legally accepted in the sales zone wherever these products are being bought and sold. Okay, so this in a nutshell is how it works. You have the guy sitting at the top here, and it doesn't matter whether he's the right at the top of this chain of events, but this is, let's say, you for argument's sake. Okay, and this is how a multi-level system works. So it goes down to the first level, and let's say for argument's sake there's a 10% commission on first line, and there's a 7.5% commission on second line, and then there might be a 5 on the third line, and a 2, and so on and so forth, and whatever the case is. Alright, so what happens here is, this is now Mr. whatever color that is, and there's some products to sell. There are some cupcakes that are selling at a gorgeous price of $45, and soccer balls selling at $150. Plus there's a $100 registration fee. Okay, so what happens is, he's earning 10% of any of the funding that happens in his downline. Doesn't matter. So he's got these two guys, and they each bought one product of each, and they bought a cupcake, a soccer ball, and they paid their registration. 10% of that amount of money is $29.50. All right. On the second level, which now trades at 7.5% commission structure, this guy sold to 3 people, and each one of them bought one soccer ball, one cupcake, and their registration fee. Okay, so that's multiplied by 3. So in this case, he would earn 10% commission on them. But what I'm just trying to illustrate here now is we're only talking about this guy and how the system actually works. But it gets repeated each level down. Okay, so 3 guys bought one cupcake each and a soccer ball plus their registration fee. He earned 7.5% commission on everything that was bought and paid for, and so he earned $66.37. Right, and on this side of his leg, the same thing happened here. Each guy bought, the one guy bought one of each, so the commission that he earned was the same as on this side, and you add those 3 commissions together for what's happened here as far as people have actually spent, and he's earned $125.37 as commission. Okay, so that's in essence how it works. There are various variations of this. There are multiple variations of how these things work. But I'm just saying to you, in essence, this is how multi-level marketing works. Okay, then you get affiliate marketing schemes, which are slightly different. Some people just regard affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing as exactly the same thing. There are slight variations of them. I might be overstating what this actually is, but I'm just trying to get to a point here and to illustrate ultimately what Karatbars does. And I'd prefer to call them an affiliate marketing structured company as far as this issue is concerned. Okay, they all must have a product attached. They sometimes have joining fees in affiliate marketing systems. They sometimes do. They have multi-level commission structures. They have various payout models to suit how their structure in their company or their whole system might work. So they tweak these things to give you binary payout systems, etc., etc. They can be sustainable if the product is worthwhile, and they are legal in most countries for exactly the same reasons as multi-level companies. Okay. So I think the fundamental difference here is that affiliate marketing type companies don't necessarily always have joining and registration fees, and their various payout models might vary completely between different companies. So here's Karatbars now. Let's get down to the brass tacks and understand what this company actually does. And this is the understanding in my view, by the way, and this is not financial advice. This is not trying to convince you to do this. I'm just trying to explain to you my view of what I understand the company as it is, Karatbars. This is what they are, and how they fit into the structure of the whole multi-level type marketing system that exists in the world. One of the variations, and this is who I think they are. All right, they're creating an ecosystem for your own personalized gold standard. That, in essence, is, to me, when I think of Karatbars as an affiliate, to me, that's what the company represents to me. I am creating my own personalized gold standard using whatever this company has to offer. That's it in a nutshell, okay? All right, they sell huge selections of gold-related products. They have no joining or registration fees. They have a multi-level commission structure. They have various payout models based on status. You buy different statuses based on how much you invest or speculate with. They have a sustainable hedging against small, accessible denominations of 24 karat 999.99 weight gold bullion. Okay, they offer an entire ecosystem payment and transaction mechanism, and pretty soon, as far as I've been told, in fact, hopefully before the end of this year, December 2019, they will have done their first stock exchange listing, which I believe will be in Switzerland. Okay, these are the products. They sell cash gold, which are cash notes with embedded gold ranging from 0.1, pure 24 karat bullion gold, up to, they do a 0.1, right up to a 0.9 as far as I know. They do classic cards from 1 gram, 3 gram and 6 gram. In fact, they also do little mini gold bars as far as I know. They do the K1 Impulse smartphone, they do the WIM laptop, which is voice over blockchain, same as the K1 Impulse, and they do cash exchange machines, cash gold exchange machines. Okay, it's basically an ATM that would then dispense cash gold. These are hardcore products. Some of them. They have, if you go onto their, if you're an affiliate and you go on the dashboard and you go to products, you will see they have Christmas gifting with gold. They have personalized cards. They have all sorts of things. And these are just the hardcore ones, the ones that in any case interest me anyway. So, and then they have offices. They have their head office in Germany, which has been there since 2011. They have the Karatcoin Bank in Miami. They have the Karatcoin Bank office in Hong Kong. Karatpay office support in Singapore, customer support in Germany, Dubai, Slovenia and Romania. They have the credit card support offices in Mallorca and Spain, and they have IT offices in Germany, Bangladesh and Romania. And then they have various mining licenses, including the latest one, which is in Brazil. Whether they actually own the mines or the mining rights, I'm not sure. As far as I know, they are actually owned assets of the company. The point is that they do have the licenses to actually have access to whatever gold is in these different mines. So that's where all the gold comes from, besides the fact that I'm sure they're buying gold from whoever's selling it at decent prices that they can afford, or whatever the case is. But the fact remains is they have gold, they sell it, and this is how they trade. So then they have systems. They have their own KaratNet blockchain network, which is divorced from any other blockchain. They have Karatbit trading platform. This is basically where all your coins would then reside, and just like you would own a Bitcoin in a specific wallet, maybe a Binance platform or whatever the case is, this is their version of it called Karatbit. They have their Karatpay purchasing platform, which is where you would go and buy all your various products and the profit packs with the coin. Then they have the Karat Gold affiliate dashboard, which we understand is Karat Gold. This is where you would now basically go and see. This is the black screen that you see when you open your Karat Gold account, and everything that's on there, how your dual system is working, how your personal referrals list is growing. This is basically the information that's pertinent to you as an affiliate using their system. Okay, they have their credit card commission payout, which is on a MasterCard platform, and they have the FedEx delivery agreement that they do. FedEx delivers all their product for them. And then they have what they call the K-Merchant point of sale integrated payment software. Now, if you understand what K-Merchant is, and I advise you highly, I'm not going to go into the detail of it, but if you want just a quick brief on it, this is a software app that you can load on any iOS or Android device, and this thing would allow anybody to pay with, currently from what I understand, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and obviously the KBC. I'm sure they will add more and more coin that they find useful in the future, and any dealership or any vendor can then download the app and use it for free, and accept payments in Bitcoin, Ethereum and KBC, and convert that immediately into his own personal fiat bank account, and the trade happens virtually instantaneously. So this is going to revolutionize daily crypto trading adoption, exactly what we want. In fact, everybody needs this. Any company that sells a coin or owns a coin, all of them need a system that makes it easy for people to trade with their cryptos, regardless of what those cryptos are. Then they have the affiliation program. This is a free joining model. There are no joining or registration fees. You can join Karatbars, become an affiliate, and do nothing, and just sit there. Nobody's going to ask you for 1 cent any day of the week or any month of the year. You join, and if you just want to go into as a customer and go and buy pieces of gold or cash gold or credit cards with gold on them, whatever the case is, that you can do. Nobody's going to ask you to do anything other than that. Okay? It's not required that you market the product as an affiliate to do the network marketing thing and earn a living out of being a network marketer doing referrals. You don't have to do that. You can choose to only speculate. In other words, you would buy your own profit pack, which would come with a certain amount of bonus coins and coin, and you would sit on those and hope that the price goes up, and over the next 5 or 6 years, and you've now gained a lot of wealth because the value of the coin has gone up, and you also own a bit of gold because you keep buying gold every month. That's how you're speculating with this company, and that's all you need to do. And 10 years from now, you might or might not be a millionaire, you might be a lot, but you certainly will be a lot wealthier. I'm convinced. And you don't need to do network marketing or affiliation marketing. You can just be a customer that buys. And it works on a 3-tier direct commission payout system. This pays purely on product purchases. There's no referral commission. In other words, somebody signs underneath you and doesn't buy anything, you don't get any commission. Simple as that. And then it works also on a binary dual system payout, and it's based on IP points that are earned, and that is linked to various kinds of statuses or status rankings. Then those are determined by how much, what you actually bought in. In other words, you bought in as a bronze member, a silver, gold, or a VIP member, and because of those statuses that you actually are, you will earn on the binary system different kinds of commission payouts. And I'm not going to go into the detail of how that works, but that's the point, is that they have specific systems in place as to how and when you get paid out. Okay, to get to the actual crypto coin itself, this is now called the KBC. It will ultimately be one coin after hard fork. For those of you that know that there is a KBC and an existing ICO KCB coin. On the 15th of December 2019, these coins are meant to be merged, and there will ultimately then only be one coin. Okay, and this is a digital representation of gold assets. It's a store of wealth hedged by gold. That's basically what it means. It's a crypto coin that is backed by gold, and it can either be just traded as a coin, or it can be relinquished or traded in for at certain rates. At the moment it's 100 to 1. In January it will be 75 to 1, and going forward it might be traded at 25 to 1, and it will then be, you can convert those coins into gold. Okay, the company's ultimate goal by 2023 is to have the value of one coin equal to the value of 1 gram of gold, right? And that's basically what that digital representation of gold assets actually means. Okay, it's tradable on an open exchange like any other crypto coin, and it also serves the purpose as fuel for all the bank and ancillary transactions that would happen. This could either earn you, or you would spend coin to actually do those transactions, especially on the phones, like the fuel for your phone, the fuel for your laptop. And this is going to create the demand for the actual coin. And the more there is demand, the more there will be a price increase on the coin itself. So this acts as a utility coin. Never mind just a store of wealth. It actually performs as a utility coin. Okay. So what is Karatbars? It's a company that sells gold bullion in small accessible denominations using their own complete in-house ecosystem with revolutionary products and coin as representation, validation, and trade of individual assets. That's it in a nutshell as far as I'm concerned. So it is not by any stretch of the imagination anything like a pyramid scheme, and nor is it a Ponzi scheme, so that you can put out of your mind. You can decide whether you think it's a pure MLM type system or the little derivative that comes as an affiliation, which is what I believe it is, because they have completely different structures. They have their whole own network of how the product actually gets traded, how it actually gets stored, how it gets represented, and you can trade it on their own systems. You can buy their gold if you want to. You can trade the coin in for fiat, and all these things make this a speculative. You can speculate with the fact that there is a lot more to this company. It's a company that sells gold. It's not just a crypto coin. It's not just a Bitcoin where you have faith that you're going to go to Binance platform, buy some Bitcoin, and tomorrow the price is going to go up and you've made a bit of money. You can choose to do that. Or you can choose to be part of something that is backed by gold, that will help you create your own your own gold standard, all in-house, with a company that makes the gold, trades the gold, refines the gold, represents the gold with coin and their own system, protects your wealth with their devices. These are voice over blockchain phone, voice over blockchain computer, that helps you protect what you own. That's it in a nutshell. I can't say it any simpler than that. So, answer your question, if you ever had any doubt, I'm telling you, based on the definitions of what these different entities are, it cannot be regarded as a pyramid or a Ponzi scheme. And the legalities that it needs to follow to be a legitimate multi-level marketing or affiliation style company, it more than exceeds those requirements. Okay, a company that's going to list on any stock exchange anywhere in the world would have to have a proper business plan, trading as a business. You want to know something about Karatbars, you pick up the phone, you phone head office, you phone any of those support offices anywhere in the world that they are represented in, and you talk to somebody, you mail them. You got a problem with Bitcoin or any of the other coins other than things like XRP that are just a digital representation of somebody's faith in the fact that there will be value, well, good luck to you. That's how I see it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.